Hello, my name is Skip, and this is From the Fourth Row's review of Warrior. Now, Warrior is about these two brothers. One played by Tom Hardy, and his name is Tommy Conlon, and the other played by Joel Edgerton, and his name is Brendan Conlon. Now, Tom was an Iraq war um, veteran, and he ends up leaving and coming to America and wants to start his MMA mixed martial arts career back up. Now, Brendan, he is a high school physics teacher, and when he gets some bad news about his house being, he's upside down on his mortgage of his house and he needs money and he don't know where to turn, he goes to, the local kind of tough guy MMA competitions, and he ends up doing pretty good. So it turns out that his principal finds out about it in the school that he works for, and he gets put on suspension. So when this big tournament comes up, he gets a trainer and he enters this big tournament called Sparta. Now, Tommy, he has been a fighter, when he's not in, the Marines, but a video gets leaked of him beating up this guy named Mad Dog, and so he gets a lot of publicity, and he asks his father, Paddy Conlon, played by Nick Nolte, to train him, and he ends up going into this tournament called Sparta, and it's like a major middleweight MMA tournament, and it takes place in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Now, I'll tell you what, I was a big fan of The Fighter, and I really like Rocky and some of these boxing movies, but the tension and the excitement and the fight scenes in Warrior are amazing. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of MMA fighting until about a year or two ago, and I started watching some people started explaining it to me. So I understood a little bit about it when I went to see the movie. And I'll tell you what, each one of the fights is amazing. You get to see the tap outs and the gruesome. It is a gruesome sport, no doubt about it. You have some really good, character. You get a cameo by Kurt Angle as a Russian guy named Koba, and I can't say enough about how good this movie is. I mean, it's hard to describe. You obviously have seen the trailer, and you know kind of what happens, but really you don't know what happens in the end, and that's the good part about doing a review, because I'm not going to tell you what happened in the end. But I really liked Warrior, and I highly recommend it, and I think it's one of the best sports movies you'll see, let alone movies about fighting or boxing or mixed martial arts or whatnot. And I can't say enough about Tom Hardy, who was in Inception, and Joel Edgerton, which he's going to have a few movies coming down the pipe. And Tom Hardy has also been cast as Bane in the next Batman movie. These guys are they really have put themselves as actors to watch in the near future. And next year you're going to see both of them in a few different movies. And I think Nick Nolte, he's really has come up with some good performances in the past, but I think this is one of those movies that you can really say Nick Nolte's back to his really good acting. He's had some ups and downs in his personal life and so forth, but I really liked Warrior, and I think everybody should go see this movie. This has been Skip, and this is From the Fourth Row's review of Warrior.